The products endorsed on this program are not necessarily those of KTLV Radio.
Good morning, Oklahoma City, and welcome to the Clara Luper Show. In a moment, your host, Sister Clara Luper.
Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Good morning. Good morning, Oklahoma City. It's such a thrill. It's such a pleasure to be here. And it's such a pleasure to know that you're tuned in to KTLV 1220 on your AM dial. This is Calvin Luper. I am a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this is the Clara Luper Radio Show. We have some exciting things that will be happening this morning right here live and in living color right here at KTLV 1220 on your AM dial. You know, when I come on the air, no matter what's going on, I always ask you to do me a favor. That favor is to call a friend, call a neighbor, and invite them to be a part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show. We have definite plans for great things. I'm so glad the school has started again because of the fact that the young people have an opportunity to go there in their classrooms, to go there in the school, to stand there on the bus stop and to be waiting. And then when they go there in the classrooms, they be telling the teachers, teach me, teach me, teach me. I want to learn. That's what today's program will be about, because we'll be talking to you about some many things that we want you to know about. So call that friend, call that neighbor, and make sure that they are part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show, live and in living color. The number out here is 672-1220. I want you to get that pencil and that paper ready, because we're going to have some conversations that you will need to take notes on, because we're talking about not only Oklahoma, but Oklahoma City. We're talking about not only Oklahoma City, but your community, because we will be talking to people who have plans, who want to work for you. So stay tuned. Make sure that you, too, and your neighbor are part of this show. As always, we enjoy being here. We enjoy being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. We're looking forward to one of the first times that we've had our longest distance report from Clara Luper, because Mom's not here in the studio today, but she's in another studio in Hawaii, in Honolulu, Hawaii, and she will be calling in, and that we will be in contact with her. But some of the subjects that we will be talking about today, of course, will be the Douglas High School. Of course, it will be you being a registered voter. Of course, it will be you doing what you can do to make this city, this community a better place. So I want you to be ready. I want you to make sure that you stay ready. And to make sure that you stay ready, I am going to go through a lot of different situations here, because of the fact that we have an opportunity. We've had a trying week here. We've had a very blessed week. We've had a great week. I want to, those people who are visiting here in Oklahoma City, we want you to know that we love you. Oklahoma City has wide open arms for you. We have some great places on the east side of Oklahoma City, particularly the Gates Barbershop. Now, if you think you're not looking as good as you can look, I want to invite you to go by Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue, where the sign there says, "We make people beautiful." But where Mr. Robert Gates, where Brother Starks, where they say not only does the sign say it, but we're going to do it especially for you. But sit back, relax, and make sure that you have called that friend. Make sure that you've called that neighbor, and make sure that you have your pencil and your paper ready, because we're going to do something not only to motivate you, not only to rededicate you, but we're going to make sure that you're ready. And when you be ready, that's what it's all about. Freedom ain't free, and the fight for freedom is definitely a long and definitely a hard fight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this. We know that you will.
You may be hurting right now, or even going through a battle. But I want you to know that the presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord.
Oh, I like that. You may be going through a battle, but the battle is coming. So we have some great things happening. Make sure you got that pen. Make sure you got that paper ready, because you're listening to the Clara Luper Radio Show live and in beautiful color here at KTLV 1220 on your AM dial. Tell that friend, tell that neighbor. But right now we have our newest reporter with his report. Good morning. How are you doing, young man?
All right. How you making this morning?
Oh, fantastic. That voice sounds familiar. Who am I talking with?
Oh, look at that, Daniel.
All right.
Words of wisdom. A true leader walks his talk. That's it. A true leader walks his talk.
A true leader. Wait, I didn't have my... Wait, say it again, please.
A true leader walks his talk.
Walks his talk.
Yeah.
A true leader walks his talk.
Yeah.
Fluky. I swear. Those are words of wisdom by none other than Fluky Mike Daniel, young man that has walked that walk. And a true leader walks his talk. Okay. Fluky, you got to turn that radio down, but that's because you're on the air. Right now, since you're listening, turn that radio back up, because I know that all of you are truly interested in the next portion of our radio show, because it is going to be very important. We have a young man who's taking the time out of a very busy day. We all have busy days, but some days for some folk are busier than others. And we have some of those folk on the line right now, and this is their very, very busy day. Now, I could go through a long introduction and tell you a lot about him. I could read the pamphlet and tell you all about him, but I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to introduce to you, the Clara Luper radio audience, one of the most intelligent listening audiences in Oklahoma, a young man called Mickey Holmesy. He's a candidate for Oklahoma County District Attorney. Good morning, Attorney Holmesy, Judge Holmesy, District Attorney Holmesy. How are you doing this beautiful morning?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Oh, just totally fantastic.
Good.
As we said earlier, we were looking forward to seeing you out here, but then I know how it is this last little bit of campaigning here, because we're getting close to election time.
We are, and I apologize I couldn't make it out there in person, but I've been with your mother this week, and I have been on the program at 12:20, at least 2 or 3 times. So
this is your most important time.
That is correct.
Because of the fact that we want to know. Now, Mickey Holmesy, Attorney Mickey Holmesy, you are running for the office of Oklahoma County District Attorney.
I am.
Now, why would you, a successful lawyer, why would you run for the District Attorney office here in Oklahoma County?
Well, I will tell you this, Calvin. I was born and raised here in this community, and I started my practice in law in the District Attorney's office. And when I left there, I became a judge in 2 communities in this county, Hara and Choctaw. And I've been in private practice for the last 23 and a half, almost 24 years now. I have seen the criminal justice system from all 3 sides. And after visiting with my wife, we came to the decision that it was time for me to give back to Oklahoma County, time to give back to my community. I want to make this place a safer and a better place to live. I think that what my vision for Oklahoma County is to seek justice at all cost, not convictions at all cost. I want to do it in a more professional way, where cases aren't reversed by the Court of Criminal Appeals over and over and over again because of prosecutors' misconduct. I want to seek justice in a way that people are treated the same, no matter whether you're black or white or Christian or Jew. I will represent all of the people in this community, everyone, not a certain sect of society, but the entire society.
Well, okay, Attorney Holmesy, future District Attorney Holmesy, potential District Attorney Holmesy. The DA's office, you kind of have to follow the flow of what the state courts have said, what the state legislature has said. So, how are you going to make a difference in the, like they say you can only sentence, they give you limits on the sentencing things. How are you going to be a part of the whole community? What I'm leading up to, and to get the question straight, in the black community, there are many families that are broken apart because of the judicial system. There are many families because someone has made a mistake, they go spend 20 years, 15 years, and they're away from their families. How can you as a DA help sort of bring the families back together?
Well, I think what we need to do in this community is put the people in jail we're afraid of, not the ones we're mad at. And what I mean by that is those that commit the heinous crimes such as murder, armed robbery, child molestation, child abuse, methamphetamine manufacturing, drug dealing, rape. People who will do this kinds of crimes are the very people we're afraid of.
Right.
We need to put them in jail. We need to get them off the street, and we need to do it the first time right. And when I say doing it the first time right, every time, and I've said this numerous times throughout this community, if you to have a plumber or electrician come to your home and fix a problem, and you pay them for their work, and you find out in a week or two the very same problem that they came to fix was not fixed properly, they have to come back out there and fix it again, and you don't pay them a second time.
That's correct.
But in the criminal justice system, when there's prosecutor's misconduct or a prosecutor misleads a court to rule a certain way, and the Court of Criminal Appeals reverses that decision and sends it back to be tried again, this community has to pay for that trial again. You don't get to try it on the first dollar spent. So what we're talking about is using tax dollars wisely to prosecute the people that we're afraid of. Now, those that we're mad at, the person who shoplifts for the first time, or the person you see on the street who ends up, you find them smoking a marijuana cigarette. Those are the people we're mad at. But
Right.
there's not a place in jail for them. There are programs. There's the drug court for those who are in simple possession of drugs.
Okay, Attorney Holmesy, do you have another plan for that, or do you have another potential plan for that we can use?
I'm sorry?
The question is, like those people who are on minor crimes, and the people that we're mad at, is there another way that we can deal with them besides incarcerating them?
Sure, there's programs. There's shoplifting schools. There's drug addiction schools. There's people that are involved with the drug courts. Under our current law, you cannot get into drug court without the district attorney's approval under the state statute.
Okay.
I would like to change that to say it's up to the court to decide who goes in front of the drug court. Not the DA nor the defense lawyer, but the court. It should be the court's discretion, not mine or anyone else's.
Okay.
Because, you see, if you want to be vindictive or you want to be harsh, and I want to go against you, and I don't want you to go through the drug court, Calvin.
Right. I
For an
don't
instant.
go either.
Well, I understand,
I
but I'm
don't
just
think anybody wants to go. you
well,
know.
it's a lot better to go through the drug court than it is to go to jail for an addiction. So get them into rehab, get them into counseling, keep them out of jail.
Well, you're saying that the DA's office could advocate those type of programs.
Of course,
Okay,
and I would,
and as DA you would.
of course.
Well, that sounds encouraging, because we know that there are thousands of young black men, young black women who have been tainted because of the fact that they've made a mistake early in life. But that sounds like a good plan.
Well, I want to represent all the people. I want equal justice for all. That's what we're running on, is equal justice for all. No matter whether you're a young African American or a young white person, you get the same penalties. You get the same treatment. No special deals. Everybody receives the same treatment.
Okay, now that's what you're saying.
That is correct.
That is what you're saying should happen.
And that's what will happen under my administration.
All right. Now, Attorney Holmes, now the real deal is that we don't know what the DA's office really does. You know, like if you are unfortunate enough, I guess that's the way it is. If you're unfortunate enough to come in contact with the DA's office, what can a person with limited funds who has committed, say, a shoplifting crime, what could they expect from the DA's office? Is there any room that the DA's office under your leadership would give a person who, first-time offender has no money? What could we expect?
The same thing that the first-time offender that has a lot of money will get.
Well, what would that be now?
Well, whether it's probation, whether it's schooling, whether it's rehabilitation, they would get the same treatment. Just because you don't have money doesn't mean that you should be treated differently in the criminal justice system.
And you're saying you'll do that as a DA?
That is
as
correct.
A district attorney here in Oklahoma County.
It would be consistent treatment. I mean, if you don't have any money and you go to jail for shoplifting for 3 months and someone who has money gets a 1-year deferred, is that equal treatment?
Of course not, but that's what's
Absolutely
been
not.
happening.
Well, that is accurate. There is no consistency.
There's no consistency.
And that's what I want to bring to the district attorney's office, equal justice.
Okay, now, Attorney Holmesy,
Yes, sir.
there are some other objects and other things that have come up that has a direct effect on us as taxpayers. Now, we got the Terry Nichols case we're worried about. We got the Joyce Gilchrist situation that we're worried about. How would you as a DA handle those kind of things?
Well, I have taken a
Terry
stand.
and Joyce.
I'm sorry?
Terry and Joyce, how would you handle those two mistakes or incidents that have happened through the district attorney's office?
Well, the Terry Nichols case I have taken a stance on not to further the prosecution in that case.
Would that save us money?
Between $15 and $20 million.
Would that still...
I would like to take that money and use it on the people who are preying on the citizens of this community right now, those that are committing the heinous crimes that need to be dealt with on a daily basis. I would like to use those funds the district attorney only gets a limited amount of resources to do the maximum amount of good to protect this community.
Okay.
And to go after the Terry Nichols case, this is a man who has been sentenced to a federal life without the possibility of parole in the federal system.
Okay.
His case has been affirmed by the Supreme Court of the United States. I believe it is a waste of our time, effort, and resources because of what the federal courts have said about Oklahoma. Number one, they said that this is not a fair and impartial place to draw a jury pool from. Now, that was in 1995. Instead of taking the case to Tulsa, which is the northern federal district, or Muskogee, which is the eastern federal district, instead of Oklahoma City, which is the western federal district, they took it to Denver, Colorado. Okay? So what makes the people that have made these decisions think that the Supreme Court of the United States is going to say that it's a fair and impartial place now? That's one. Number two, what happens if we are to get a conviction and the Supreme Court says, well, that's fine, we'll just add it to what he's already got, whether it's life without parole or the death, and the federal government says, listen, you can have him after we're through with him.
After he's finished the federal life system.
That's a life without the possibility of parole.
Yeah.
So they're going to give Terry Nichols to us as a corpse, and we get to kill him again.
Well,
I have not been able to understand why we would spend that kind of money to get a conviction when we will never be able to get the end result in that case.
well, that sounds great to me. I want to remind our audience that we are at 12:20 a.m. This is our future district attorney, Attorney Mickey Holmesy. He's running for district attorney in Oklahoma County. In order for you to make your voice heard, you must be a registered voter. You must be ready to vote. Now, when will the actual election be taking
The
place?
primary election is next Tuesday, a week from this coming Tuesday, August the 27th. And I am in a Republican primary against the current interim DA that was appointed by the governor to fulfill Bob Macy's term.
So you're a Republican?
Yes.
And you think that we should trust a Republican as our district attorney?
Well, let me tell you,
Okay.
it's my firm belief that the district attorney's office should be a nonpartisan race, but it is not.
That's what I'm inferring to. Man, you're really reading what I'm not saying. You're reading right through that. But a Republican as a district attorney, that should kind of put up red flags, don't you think, in the different minority communities?
Not really. And the reason I say that is if you want a fair and tough person to deal with everybody, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican or an independent, the person is to represent the whole community, not just a political party.
Okay, now I hear what you're saying, Attorney Holmes. But then one thing, as a district attorney, how will we immediately be able to see the effect here on the east side, here in Oklahoma County, in the black communities or blacks? How will they be able to tell the difference? No, that's not a fair question, because you said you're going to be equal and you're going to treat everybody the same. But the big thing is that how will you do that? Because the things that are happening in Oklahoma County, the things that are happening down in the county jail, the things that happen before you go to jail, how can you as a district attorney say that you will make sure that all persons are treated equally?
It's called leadership. And the experience that I've had from wearing all three hats, Calvin, as a prosecutor, a private lawyer, and a judge, I've told you I've seen all sides of the criminal justice system. When I was a prosecutor, every file that came across my desk, I thought, well, this person's guilty, that person's guilty, everybody's guilty.
Right.
That's the mindset that you get into. But when you have experience from all three sides, you understand that there's more than one side to every story.
Okay.
One side to every case. Not every file, not every charge that's filed is a good charge. Just like not every lawsuit that's filed in civil court is a good case. So during the filing process, that is the time to make sure that whatever the case you file, that you have not only probable cause, but that you can prove the individual guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
All right, now, Attorney, you're saying that now. You know, this is the Clara Luper radio show. We have a very intelligent listening audience. They're trying to decide now, wow, should I really vote for this man? He sounds good.
Calvin, I've known your mother for 40 years.
40 years? That's
yes.
Almost as long as I've been knowing her.
That's right.
Okay.
I mean, my family and Clara Luper have been friends for many, many years. My family owned and operated a store at 10th and Pennsylvania called AMC.
Now you did.
And we've been very active in this community, not only northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. We've been active in this entire community. And I will continue to be active in this community.
Well, I would hope so.
And I will deal with the leaders of your community and the people in your community.
All right, now, attorney, district attorney, we're hearing what you say, and we're counting on you. Now, is there, have we covered everything that you think the community needs to know right now?
Well, now, I will tell you this.
Because you know what I want to do? I want you to really tell us, just your whole heart. Just bleed your whole heart out to us. That's hard for an attorney to do because, we don't trust attorneys. Definitely don't trust the district attorney. And then a Republican, too. Man, you seem to have so many obstacles here in the minority community.
Well, I think what Ron Norick, and I don't know if you remember Ron Norick, but he's not only a former mayor here in Oklahoma County or Oklahoma City, he's the chairman of my campaign committee.
Great.
And he made the statement not too long back that as mayor of Oklahoma City at the time of the bombing of the Murrah building, he knew firsthand the devastation that was brought to our city and to the families that were involved in it. And he has stated that my position, Mickey Holmesy's position on this issue, demonstrates not only his commitment to use the limited resources of his office in the most effective manner possible, but it also reveals his concern for our community and the victims of this horrific event.
Okay.
It's one more reason why I'm supporting Mickey Holmesy for district attorney and why I encourage you to do the same. Now, that's signed by Ron Norick, the former mayor of Oklahoma City.
Right. He was a fantastic mayor. Sounds like you're going to make a fantastic district attorney. You know, I've heard on different places and seen in the paper and thing about you being a mudslinger. Do you want to comment on that now?
I don't believe. Now I know there's
you're
such a thing.
Mudslinging Holmesley.
Well, I know
Is that
there's
true?
such a thing as mudslinging, and if I went personal and we're going to attack Wes and his family, that would be personal. What I have attacked is the leadership abilities of that office, and I have brought the facts forward to the people of Oklahoma County. Now, there's a difference in mudslinging and telling the truth.
Okay.
And when the truth hurts, then they call that mudslinging. I don't believe that's mudslinging in any way, shape, or form.
It's sort of like throwing a rock in a pack of dogs. Whichever one gets hit, hollers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, Attorney Holmesy, I've enjoyed this, and I'd like to ask you to hold on just a minute. We got a couple callers on the other lines here.
Sure, I'd
If
be
you
happy
hold,
with it.
And we're still working out a few things here now. If I should hit the wrong button, it's not because I was doing it on purpose, not because you want to be a district attorney.
You better call Charles. You better call Charles in there to help you.
I better call more than Charles, because if I mess up now, it'd be a tough thing. So you hold back, and you think about what you said, because I want the community to think about what you said, because we're not only talking about a young man who wants to lead us Monday through Friday. We're not talking about a young man who has an effect on our life Monday through Fridays. But, if the DA's office, if they go through their process, there are thousands of you out there, thousands of us who are missing our loved ones because of some sample ballots there, and we be teaching them how to vote. And then when they go home, they take their ballots home and they can show their parents. Not that we don't know how to vote, but what we have to know is how to vote correctly.
That is correct.
Attorney Holmes, I just had a call on a line that wasn't humming about the current situation, with the Pete beating. And what could you do as a district attorney to address situations like that when the police officers out in the street make a mistake, or seemingly make a mistake, or when they're videotaped making a mistake, seemingly making a mistake? What could you as a district attorney do to make sure that those people that we meet first, the police officers, what would you do to make them more sensitive to the needs of the community and more sensitive as to how to deal with those people who are breaking the law?
Well,
Or who have broken the law?
everybody has to understand that everyone's got to follow the law. Now, I haven't been presented the information in any way, shape, or form on the officers in the beating.
But you saw it on TV, didn't
But
you?
I saw it on television,
Right.
like everyone else. I don't know what I would do, but I can assure you of one thing: I wouldn't take 3 weeks to make a decision. I think I could make a decision in about an hour or less. I wouldn't need the FBI report, because the FBI will not be investigating a state criminal charge. They will be investigating federal civil rights violation.
But you're a district attorney. What difference could the district attorney make in a situation like that?
I'm sorry?
What difference could a district attorney make in a situation like what we recently saw here in Oklahoma City?
I think that the district attorney could point out the importance of not violating laws in simple arrests, such as that nature. And I believe that it is imperative that we build a community that has confidence in our law enforcement. They risk their lives on a daily basis.
Right, I realize that.
And
Attorney Holmesy, future district attorney, let me hold for a minute. I have that call from Hawaii from Mom.
Sure.
I want you to pause for a minute. And we're going to hear a little bit from Hawaii.
Oh,
we're
gosh,
going to work together.
I bet she's on the beach.
I don't know where she is, but I'm certain that we will know shortly. This part of the program is being brought to you not only by a young man who's running for district attorney. It is a political ad. It is an ad that the first 10 minutes were paid for. The other few minutes here, we are doing it because we want the community to know about a young man who wants to lead us all. But we have on the line a young lady from Honolulu, Hawaii, a young lady whose show this is. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and we have Clara Luper on the line. How are you doing, Mom?
I am doing fine, Calvin, and yes, I am in Honolulu, an island with 1,000 years history.
Okay.
An island that is embraced by sun, ocean, sky, beautiful trees and flowers. Yes, here you have what is known as a unity of service and spirit. I'm in one of the most beautiful hotels in the world, the Ohana Hotel, where diversity is respected. It's a place with a sense of family, where it is a daily reality. Those that are present here are wrapped up in what is known as a real paradise. Here you gain memories that last a lifetime. With me is Eldora Taylor Lewis from Las Vegas, Nevada. Last night we had a pre-commencement exercise dinner with the Honorable Attorney Joe Hill and his lovely wife, along with other guests. It was a celebration that will always live close to our memories. A celebration because it is true that Maike will be graduating from the University of Hawaii on tomorrow. But Calvin, even though we are here, our thoughts are with all of you. Because you realize that Clara Luper is from Grayson, a graduate of Grayson High School, and as a child in a geography class, dreamed of visiting all the states in the United States. And I'm happy to report that I have visited 49 and I only have one left. That's not important. It is important to recognize the progress that we have made. It is important to recognize that the world goes on. And out here, it's the languages, Chinese, Japanese, Hebrew, English. Yes, I could go on and on. But I'm calling in this morning. It's 4:43 a.m. here in Hawaii. I'm calling in because I want to remind everyone that we are celebrating the anniversary of the sit-in movement that changed the history of Oklahoma. And if you are black or white, we want you to join in this celebration. On tomorrow, you will be at on Sunday, you will be at Quails United Methodist Church. But I want to remind you of the Clara Luper dinner on Saturday night. The Honorable Dr. Ernest Holloway, the president of Langston University, will be speaking. And I know Calvin has told you about our own citizens that portrays the spirit of the sit-ins will be honored. But I want you to do something for me. You know, when I left Oklahoma City, everybody was talking about those that would change the name of Douglas High School to Douglas High Business and Art Academy. Well, when I return to Oklahoma City on Monday, I want 5,000 signatures. Vera Barr, Mrs. Hamilton, all the list goes on and on that are working. We've got to have 5,000 signatures. Those of you that are graduates of Douglas High School are friends, or you've had some friends, or you want to see your history preserved, we want you to go to Freedom Center today. Go down to Stale's Restaurant, go to Robert Gates, go somewhere and sign so we can say to the Board of Education, we do not want Douglas High School changed. Because while we are talking about business and art, the world keeps tinkling, and unless we prepare ourselves for the things that are coming, we're going to be left behind. When I was in Oklahoma City, I heard Dr. Hardeman talk about our students did not know about Thurgood Marshall and Ada Loy Scipio. But I want our students not only to know about Thurgood Marshall, but I want them to know about Russell Perry, who graduated from Douglas High School, who came from what is called a broken home with plenty of nothing, and today owns 6 radio stations. Yes, I want you to know about Barbara Posey, who graduated from Douglas High School and who is now a college distinguished executive. Oklahoma should be very proud of the thousands of graduates of Douglas High School. And if we destroy Douglas High School, we are destroying our history, and we cannot afford to do that. Because if you lose your history, you lose everything. So what I want you to do is to support the sit-inners, support the Freedom Fiesta, but I want 5,000 signatures. When I left Oklahoma City, we had over 1,000, but we need 5,000. Call a friend today, and if you need help, call Freedom Center. Have Calvin, Berlin, Rodale, and others to get out. We've got to have the signatures, because when we voted for maps, on those literature, we have these words: we are going to build a new Douglas High School, not a Douglas High School of business and law, because we want, and I had the opportunity to talk to the superintendent of schools, I had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Dew, and he wanted to remind everybody that they are talking about low scores at Douglas. He wants to remind you to come to Douglas, see the improvement that has been made. And I would like to salute him and those that are working for improvement. But don't destroy my school. You may shoot me down, but I shall rise. Calvin, you know, even though I'm here getting ready to celebrate, our door is up this morning at 4:47, smiling. We are happy, and we are happy because we have something to come home to. Now, do you have any questions, Calvin Luper? Yes?
But then I don't want to talk a lot on that. We have on the other line Attorney Mickey Holmesy, who's running for the Oklahoma County District Attorney, and we were in the middle of that interview.
Okay, well, let me get off the air, because...
Well, you have anything you want to say to the future District Attorney of Oklahoma County?
Oh, I've already told him, and I hope him good luck. In fact, I hope all of the candidates good luck, and may the best candidate win.
Okay.
This is Clara Luper.
Well, Mom, before you go, Attorney Holmesy, would you like to say anything to Mom before she hangs up from Hawaii?
Clara, the next time you go to Hawaii for a weekend, I hope you'll take me with you.
Well, I can't do that. You'll be busy down there doing legal business in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Okay, a special hello to everybody, and we need your support for Douglas High School. Talk won't get it now. We need 5,000 signatures. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait a minute. May I remind people that no one can change the name of the school but the members of the Board of Education, and we have 2 black members on the board. Thelma Park and Joe Clara. Get on them. Tell them what you want. Clara Luper say, I must enjoy myself because we are getting ready to celebrate the commencement exercise at the University of Hawaii. Bye now.
Bye now, Mom. Tell Malik congratulations. We're extremely proud of. Attorney Holmesy, your closing statement here.
Well, I hope your mother's having a wonderful time,
Sound right,
Calvin.
didn't it?
And I'm sort of jealous that she's there and we're here. But we're working, trying to get our message out to Oklahoma County, and that I hope that the people will vote come election day, because we need their help and we need their assistance, and we hope that they will go out and vote.
All right.
Thanks a million.
Okay,
guys.
thank you a million. Thank you, Attorney Holmesy, for being so patient with us and for being a part of the show. You know, Mom mentioned the fact of the Freedom Fiesta. We're going to get to that, but we're now at that time. Remind you, this is 1220. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. We are getting ready for the 44th anniversary of the Sit-In Movement, the movement that led to the elimination of segregation in public accommodations. We're talking about Freedom Fiesta. You know, we too sing America in spite of is one of the themes of the Sit-In Movement anniversary. We too sing America. We know that all of you appreciate the leadership and the nonviolent movement that led and continues to lead our people toward true freedom. The Freedom Fiesta starts Sunday, Bosie Walker Day. The Freedom Fiesta will be there at the church there on Everest and Northeast 50th Street. We know that Monday the Freedom Fiesta will be headquartered there at the Freedom Center. We know that Tuesday, that the Freedom Fiesta will be there. We know the different days. We've told you, and we know that you're a very intelligent listening audience. We ran a little long there because of the fact that not only are we proud of the fact that 44 years ago this happened, but we're extremely interested in what happens in the next few days here in Oklahoma City. Good morning, Colin. Thank you for being a part of this, the most intelligent listening well, whatever. It's a mumbling time. How you doing, Miss Bosie Walker?
Good morning, Calvin.
Good morning.
This is Cynthia.
Oh, how you doing, Sid?
I'm blessed. Listen, I wanted you to ask Attorney Mickey Lindsay while you had him on the line.
He's gone now, though. I'm sorry.
We still wanted to know if he was elected district attorney, would he be willing to prosecute the police officers who abuse their authority against the citizens in the Oklahoma City community?
I'm sorry, but we're having trouble with that line. The question is out, and I'm certain that Attorney Holmes is still listening. What I'd like for you to do is to call his headquarters. And matter of fact, you probably can talk to him there because he wants to be a part of the community. You heard him, and you saw the amount of time that he spent with us, not only because of the fact that he's running for office, but because he wants you to know his heart and his true feelings. Like I said, he's been on all sides, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that he will do what he can to make sure that those people that do wrong have to do right someplace else. Thank you so much for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. To further remind you about the Freedom Fiesta, the Freedom Fiesta is a celebration. This is the 44th anniversary. We want you to be a part of it. Now, you can ask me questions here on the air. You've listened to the Clara Luper Radio Show during the past weeks. We've told you what's going to be happening every day. We've reminded you on Wednesday, voter registration day. We told you about Thursday, when the sit-inners will be celebrated. We told you about the events that will be happening on Friday, a salad day, a cake day. We told you about the fashion shows that will be happening. Now, I may have my days tighten up, but if I'm wrong, you have to tell me I'm wrong when you see me, and I want you to see me this morning at Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue. There, you have an opportunity to sign that petition to not only save Douglas High School, but to save some of your history, some of our history. Then, what I haven't told you about, though, is the Clara Luper dinner. Now, that dinner will be the 24th of August, Saturday at the Fairview Baptist Church, the Donald Burns Fellowship Hall. Tickets are available. The tickets are very reasonable if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, they're even more reasonable because all you have to do is let somebody know that you want to come there to the dinner. The tickets are $25 for the silver patrons, $50 for the gold patrons, and only around $100 for a diamond patron. Now, you can be a part of the dinner. You don't have no money? Tough. But if you want to be a part of the Freedom Fiesta, be tougher. Come there and say, Miss Luper, I really don't want to eat at the dinner, but I want to hear this great speaker that you're going to have. I know Dr. Holloway is going to deliver a great speech, but we need to be motivated. We have to re-motivate ourselves because with that motivation, school started, we got to do better. With our dedication, we've got to do better in our classrooms. We've got to do better at the voting booth. We've got to do better everything that we do. We've got to be more appreciative of those who have gone before us. So I want you all to know that it's been a joy, it's been a thrill, running tight on time here. Can't take all the notes, but I know that those people at Star Spencer and Rogers Middle School, I know that they don't want to hear no more about notes because with a high school and junior high school working together, hey, it's kind of like the old days. I remember the first time at Douglas, first time the ninth graders came over there, everybody, whoa, these little old bitty ninth graders. But those ninth graders will soon be seniors. So the seniors and juniors, you have a responsibility to not only to do your work, but to lead by example. Hey, that goes throughout the community because after you graduate from high school, after you become a part of the community, a voting citizen, you have a responsibility. That responsibility you must grab, not with one hand, not with just two hands, but with everything you got and hold tightly because that responsibility will not go away. You must be a productive citizen. And where Attorney Holmes is sounding now, if you do get in the system, judicial system, he's going to treat you fair, he's going to treat you right, but he's not going to treat you no different because you're black. He's not going to treat you no different if you're a Mexican or if you're white. He's going to treat you like someone who has broken the laws that have been set by the state of Oklahoma. You have your choices coming up. This is a fine week, and you have an opportunity to be at the Freedom Fiesta and to see that. I got some good music I want to play for you while I kind of get something going here, but then I might not play that either because I want you to be worried about it. But I had a birthday celebration song that came in, and I don't want you to think that I've forgotten it. Fluky, you're right. You got to walk that walk, but no, you got to talk that talk and walk that walk. Words of wisdom. This has been fun, and I hope that you've had fun. But seriously, I hope that you've taken notes. I hope that you know what you have to do. I want you to know that Douglas High School has been in 3 different locations. You can't find the first 2, and they want to eliminate this 3rd one. Douglas High School was at 112 South Walnut. That was in the year 1898. Can't find it no more. It don't say nothing about Douglas. Douglas High School was at 1027 Northeast 5th Street. Don't say nothing about Douglas there now. Douglas High School is located during our lifetime, during our productive time at 900 Northeastern. You can be a part of it. We don't have much here in the black community. We got our kids, and we want them to do their very best. We got our churches. We want them to grow bigger and better. But we have our Douglas High School that is sort of a magnet, sort of a central part of it. We're not overeducated. All of us are not doctors. All of us are not lawyers. And from what I've heard from some of my lawyer friends, it's a bad time to be a lawyer because money's a little tough out there. But, but we have our Douglas. We're true Trojans. We're true alumni of Douglas High School. It means a lot not only to us here locally, but from coast to coast you're going to find graduates of Douglas High School. Let's don't destroy it. Let's don't change too much about it. Let's get back to basics. Let's teach our children, not only at school, but in our homes and our churches, how to read, how to write, and how to do their arithmetic. The computer is good, but sometimes your battery may be down or the computer may not be up. You still must know that 2 plus 2 plus 1 minus 3 equals something. Now, 2 plus 2 minus 1 minus 3 equals something. And between the 2 of us, I know that we can get it done. Sister Palmer, right? Today is your birthday. Novella Palmer, today is your celebration. It will be getting closer to your birthday. The 24th, we're going to have a good time. So I'm going to send this song especially out to you because we want you to know that you, too, have been a part of the Clara Luper radio show. Happy birthday to you, Sister Palmer. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sister Palmer. And may you have many, many more. I can't shake it like Elvis, but we can't sing us. We're here. We're live and in living color. We want you to invite us to any of your functions where you need a good voice, some good voices. We have a group dynamic presentation. Thank you so much for being a part of the Clara Luper radio show. But don't listen and forget it. Listen and let it soak in. Look at your notes that you've taken. Let's go out this week. Let's get ready for the Freedom Fiesta. See you Sunday. See you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I will see you today at 11 a.m. Freedom Fiesta time is here. Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King. This is Calvin Luper saying not only for my mom but for myself that we love you. We trust you. We want this to be a better community. Help us. We, too, can make it a better place. Let's do it together.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program are not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.
This is your key to living victoriously. AM 1220 KTLV Network.